What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mood616 here, back with a brand new Top 10 Tuesday video. Yes, it has been well over a year since my last Top 10 Tuesday video, but you know, I've been taking into consideration all the requests to bring the series back, and I can't promise I'm going to do one every week, but I'll do them when I can. But why not right now? With something that I never really thought of until someone else brought it up to me, to do a top 10 list of like Valentine type films or romantic horror films to watch on Valentine's Day, the Lover's Day. So that's what this top 10 list is going to be. Just some of my films that I like to watch. You know, I think they kind of fall into this category quite well. So without further ado, let's get right into this. And at number 10, from 1983, Tony Scott's The Hunger. Of course, starring David Bowie, Susan Sarandon, Catherine Devine. I can never pronounce her name properly, but yeah, this is a very interesting kind of lovers three-way type deal where Catherine, whatever, we'll just call her Catherine, she plays like this, you know, this vampire basically. She's a very high-class type vampire, and people that give their blood to her basically get eternal youth, essentially. And of course, she's married to David Bowie in this film. And, you know, when David Bowie starts to age, you know, he seeks out help from Susan Sarandon and then it starts this kind of this lovers trio type deal. It's a very stylish and hip film. It's very melodic in tone. It's very strange. One thing to note about this film is that, you know, vampires, the word vampires never used actually in the film, which is kind of cool. But it's a very odd and strange film. Very, very strange. It's got such a hypnotic atmosphere and flow to it. It's nothing like you've ever seen before. I know it's based off of a book or a short story or something like that, which I've never read, but I'd actually like to check that out sometime. But a very interesting kind of love story, in a sense, I guess. But something very kind of unique and different to check out on, you know, on a Valentine's Day or something like that. So, but yeah, The Hunger, man. If you've never seen The Hunger, give this one a shot. It's a very different and unique and stylish, entertaining film. You know, I always said I wish David Bowie had done more films, especially in this genre, because, you know, he had that look that would have provided such uniqueness to a lot more films if he had done more acting and stuff. I mean, the films that he did play in, I always loved. Labyrinth is one of my favorite movies of all time. But yeah, David Bowie is, he's great in this, along with everyone else, but check out The Hunger, awesome film, from 1983. Coming in at number 9 here, from 1987, is a film called A Chinese Ghost Story. This one right here is directed by Ching Su-tung. This is, this is such a wild and creative oddity in itself. It's basically about this guy who is looking for a place to stay. He's been traveling and he comes across this, I think this castle, or not this castle, but he comes across this place, and of course he's warned not to go there, and he eventually ends up falling in love with this girl right here, who turns out to be a spirit. She's a ghost who's under the spell of this tree demon for like eternity. And it just sets off a wave of events that are just insane. But man, I mean, if you're into Hong Kong cinema, I mean, you kind of know what you're going to get yourself into with this one. There's high-flying action, crazy music in this one. The story is so bonkers and unique and strange. It's nothing that you've never seen anything like this before. So if you want to watch something, you know, unique like The Hunger, or very, very different and odd, Chinese Ghost Story might be your cup of tea. Very, very awesome film. I don't really hear a lot of people talk about this one, surprisingly enough, but it's so awesome. It's such a fun film. It's one of those ones that you just kind of, you know, after you're done, you might want to watch it again. It's pretty fun. But Chinese Ghost Story in at number 9. Coming in at number 8 is a film from 2004, I believe this one came out in, and it's called Zombie Honeymoon. And it's pretty much what the title says. It's basically about this couple who is madly in love. On their honeymoon, the husband here gets attacked by the zombie. I believe the zombie actually comes out of the water. Just some shit attacks him. He gets resurrected right away. And at first she thinks that, everything's all good, but it turns out, no, he's actually the undead. And now the story is, her trying to deal with her dead husband, but, they're still in love and shit like that. But, it's a comedy horror, but truly some fun ass shit. This one right here, I was kind of floored by it because I wasn't expecting anything from this one, and I got a lot more. It was refreshing for the time. It was kind of different and unique because you didn't really see a lot of stories like this, in the early 2000s. A lot of zombie films weren't like this, so it was kind of testing the market a little bit. But I'm not going to say it set the stage for a lot more. But there's a lot of films that came out after that are very kind of similar to this. But it's not the first of its kind, but and it won't be the last. But Zombie Honeymoon, very, very fun film, filled with gore, good shit. But yeah. That was in at number 8, Zombie Honeymoon. Yes. Coming in at number 7 is a film from 2014. I think the actual release date is on this. And that's A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. A very unusual, I guess, love story. Basically about this girl that wanders into this town, this kind of very desolate, dead town, and she meets this guy. And their relationship is, something that you would never figure would ever happen kind of thing. Shot in black and white, very, very beautiful film. This is considered to be an Iranian film, but it's actually like an American production. Directed by a woman, I can't remember what her name is. But it's very, very stylish, very well acted, very much in the realm of maybe more style over substance, but what it all comes down to, it's very unique in itself. Kind of like most of these films, I guess. But definitely one to check out, though. It's kind of different. It's very, very cool. Absolutely love this one. It's in my opinion, it's almost like a modern masterpiece. It's very cool. A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. In at number 7. Yeah, in at number 7. Coming in at number 6 from 1979 is Joe D'Amato's Beyond the Darkness. Man, this movie, every time I watch this film, it just makes me feel so damn uncomfortable. I don't know what it is about this one. It just has this setting and this atmosphere. I guess it's the storyline too. Basically about this taxidermist that ends up losing his wife due to some circumstances with his housekeeper. And, he can't accept her death. So he digs her up, and then he goes on a kind of like a killing spree to replace his wife. So it's kind of like this really sick, horrific love story. And of course, the housemaid, she's just fucking violent and insane in this film too. So that's part of the love trio, I guess. Filled with gore and nastiness scenes and shit. It's just a very uncomfortable film at times, but I absolutely love it. Great score. Great gore. It's very unique in itself. Again, that's kind of the word of the update here. But man, any film that can make you feel the way it does, it makes you feel dirty. It really does make you feel dirty watching this film. I don't know what it is, but if you've never seen it before, check it out for yourself. Maybe you'll feel the same things. But Beyond the Darkness, awesome film from Joe D'Amato. So yeah, and that was in at number 6. And at number 5, we have from 1992. Return of Living Dead 3. Yes. I had to throw this one in here because, again, it's very unique to the franchise because this one took a completely different turn after the first 2 films and basically created a love story about this couple where, she ends up getting killed and, her boyfriend has access to a facility that can actually resurrect her, and he does it. And, of course, it's got some consequences and things like that, but really awesome film, and a great release from Vestron to release the uncut version of this too, because we get the the full gore scenes intact, and it's a fucking blast, man. It's such a blast of a film. I always forget what her name is. I'm sure it's probably written on here somewhere. But she is like one of the sexiest chicks ever, man. She's so awesome. But such a fun film, man. Rewatch this, a couple times. I've got the Blu-ray. Great stuff. Really, really great stuff. Return of the Living Dead 3. We all know about it, so. In at number 5. In at number 4 is one, I believe came out in 2013, I want to say. And that's Only Lovers Left Alive. Starring Tilda Swinton. You got Anton Yelchin in this one. John Hurt. Tom Hiddleston. This is a very, very interesting vampire film. Basically about these two characters right here. They've been married for centuries, now living apart. And, they try to rekindle the relationship. And, of course, in steps her sister. And things get a little messy and hairy and shit like that. We've also got a really great performance from Anton Yelchin in this film also. But it's the setting and it's the atmosphere. It's the location of this film, too. They set it in, kind of like a wasteland Detroit setting. They're very introverted type people. They're not the very high class vampires that like to go out and have fun at night and shit. They like to keep to themselves. He's a musician, a recording artist, and that's actually a really cool part of the story too. But I love how they're so different in this film. They're not the ones that are going to go out and, wreak havoc on society and, kill people. But I guess it's because they've been around for centuries. So they've turned to other ways and means of getting blood and things like that. But it is about the relationship and family stuff too. But really awesome film. Very, very artsy stuff. Directed by Jim Jarmusch. I always remember his name from Broken Flowers. Bill Murray film. But amazing. This movie is fucking awesome. I absolutely love the shit out of this one. It's a fantastic film. Like I said, very artsy, shot very well, acted very well, story's cool, setting awesome. Check it out. Only Lovers Left Alive. Great film. That was in at number 4. In at number 3 from 1981. Had to do it, and that's Possession. Sam Neill, just one of the greatest performances ever. Basically about this couple that is having some serious ass issues. Sam Neill and his wife Natasha, what's her name? I'm so fucking bad. Everybody knows I'm so bad with names. Her name's somewhere on here. Isabel Ajani, whatever it is. But both great performances in this film. But so they're having some serious ass issues, and she kind of wants a divorce and stuff. Then you find out that she has been kind of cheating on her husband with a creature, maybe a tentacle creature and shit, and it goes haywire from there. This one right here, you never know where it's gonna go. You never know what's around every corner in this film. It's so fucking bizarre. It's got great performances. It's got a lot of yelling in it, but the story's fantastic. But Andrzej Zalewski just absolutely knocked this one out the fucking park, man. It's absolutely tremendously amazing. Not just a great horror film, but a great film in general. Something you have to see, but give it a shot, man. Possession, brilliant. Really, really brilliant. So that was in at number 3. In at number 2 is Clive Barker's Hellraiser. And you're probably thinking, romantic? Well, this is essentially a love story at the heart. That's what this film is. I mean, we've got two characters that, are madly in love. And one of them, basically what happens is we've got husband and wife move into this place, and his brother actually ends up getting killed by the box and shit, ends up getting resurrected, but she's been having a relationship with this guy named Frank. Julia's been sleeping with Frank, and of course he kind of gets resurrected, and he needs her to help him out by bringing bodies there. And she, she does it because, she's madly in love with him and stuff. So, like I said, at the core of this film, it's basically a love story. But it's Hellraiser, man. Just did the whole franchise on the podcast. This video will be up tonight. You guys can listen to the show tomorrow. I feel like I'm Hellraiser. I don't need to really talk about it anymore. I just did 6 hours of it. But, what else to say about Hellraiser? It's fucking awesome. It's really, really amazing. Great gore effects, but I think a lot of people tend to forget that the core story here is actually this love story. It's really fucked up, but yeah, Hellraiser in at number 2, and of course in at number 1, gotta do it, Bloody Valentine. You know, one of my favorite movies of all time. It's set on Valentine's Day, man. It's one of the greatest slashers of all time. It's got some of the funnest characters, some of the funnest kills, one of the coolest killers, Harry Warden. You can't go wrong with this, but this is something you got to check out, even if you've seen it a million times. Valentine's Day, you got to do My Bloody Valentine. Yes. That is going to do it. So many I left off the list. Of course, I was going to put Spring on the list. I absolutely love Spring. Let the Right Ones In, of course. There was so many that I could have put on here, but this is basically the first 10 I thought of, and I just said, fuck it, I'm doing it. And bringing back the Top 10 Tuesdays has been a long time, so I'm pretty happy about doing this. So let's do a quick little recap. My Bloody Valentine, number 10. Hellraiser into number 9. What am I doing? Number 1, number 2. Possession, number 3. Fuck. Only Lovers Left Alive, number 4. Number 5, Return of the Living Dead 3. Number 6, Beyond the Darkness. Number 7, A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night. Number 8, Zombie Honeymoon. Number 9, A Chinese Ghost Story. Check this out, peeps. It's fucking fun as hell. And of course, in at number 10, Tony Scott's The Hunger, with the one and only David fucking Bowie. Yes, that is going to do it, guys. I will see you in the next video. I don't know what the topic is going to be. If you guys have any topics that I haven't done, I don't even know what the hell I have done. Maybe I'll even start doing some re-ups. I don't know. Leave them down in the comment section, man. I'd love to hear what you guys want to see top 10 lists of. So, anyways, guys, as usual, peace!